Okay, look. I got a thing for crossbows, bows, and in general projectile-based attacks that can send enemies flying, cause I do. But rest assured that the Nagantaka Prime packs one hell of a punch, and today, my friends, I'm gonna show you exactly what this weapon is capable of. And bonus, it also comes with a pretty high Riven disposition. Don't tell D. Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be diving deeper into the Nagantaka Prime. As per usual, I'll have a casual build, something that newer Tenno can get into, something like a jumping off point, but rest assured we also got the endgame setup with Prime mods, galvanized mods, a Riven. We're going to be taking it to Steel Path to see what it can do, basically the works. That said though, please bear in mind that my builds and guides usually take a more new player friendly tone, simply because I want anybody watching to understand how the weapon functions and how it should be built. So in case you're a vet and you already know most of this stuff, please bear with me. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Nagantaka Prime. Let's begin by checking out how the weapon handles without any mods equipped. And for that, we're gonna do just a couple of our regular free shots. The Nagantaka is a crossbow with two fire modes. In primary fire mode, semi-automatic action with barely any recoil whatsoever. This would be the maximum rate of fire. As you can see, it's pretty pinpoint accurate, and it will need to be because this one is a critical weapon, don't you know? And that is it, without any mods, maximum rate of fire. Now, secondary fire mode is a bit of a doozy. This one will be unloading the entire magazine or whatever is left in rapid succession. So if you got a beefier target, and done. And that's pretty much it when it comes to functionality. The reload is on the quick side, and this one has one more trick up its sleeve. If you are gonna be killing a target, any target mind you, with a headshot, and I do mean an actual headshot in the sense that no dot damage. Yeah, so no slashes, no heat procs, no anything of the sort. You need the actual impact damage to kill your target with a headshot like so. You're going to be getting precise reload. Up on the buff bar, you can see it right there. You're going to get 50% reload speed for a total of 3 seconds. Boom and boom. This is Garuda's signature weapon, and if you're going to be using it with Garuda, you get some punch through. So, there you go. Now let's hop into stats to see exactly what we're dealing with. We're going to draw a quick comparison between the Nagantaka and the Nagantaka Prime. So we see what kind of buff we got. Accuracy is the same, fire rate is the same in primary fire mode. Magazine went up to 11 from 9. Now, if you want to make a build with a lot of magazine capacity, so you make better use out of burst damage from secondary fire mode, you can definitely do that. Again, it will empty the entire magazine. Critical chance went up by a significant amount. Finally, this is the way to Prime. Another 10%, up from 15 to 25. Same high critical multiplier at 2.3x. Status remained the same, and you got more damage. How much more damage? A lot more damage? Not even 10%. Yeah, that's about 8% more damage on this one. More fire rate on the burst shot. Again, you got the higher magazine as well, and the same damage. Again, we got critical chance and another 8% increase on the burst damage as well. There's no difference between semi damage and burst damage, so do bear that one in mind. Now, if your Nagantaka Primes comes with mod capacity, only 30 out of 30 jump into actions and plug in the Auto King Catalyst, and you're going to be doubling that mod capacity. Rest assured, this is the most powerful crossbow in Warframe. It's worth your time and investment. One problem though. Well, a few problems. So problem number one, Forma heavy weapon. By default, the Nagantaka Prime comes with a single V polarity. You're gonna plug in a few more. I suggest you go with Vs. If you got this mod right here, it's called Galvanized Aptitude, you should go for a Vazarin polarity as well. Let's clear this one up really quick. Does Galvanized Aptitude work on the Nagantaka Prime? Yes, it does. I don't know if it works on the normal one. I wanted to test, but then I didn't, so there you go. It does work on the Prime variant, so I do recommend it if you have the mod. You should unlock the empty arcane slot. Of course, you're going to be going with Dexterity if you're going to be using it in tandem with your melee, and Merciless. If not, a whole lot of damage will come from your procs. Deadhead is not the best choice for the Nagantaka. Normally, primary Merciless best in slot. As for the Excellus adapter, well, you can unlock this one and you cannot unlock this one at the same time. Honestly, from my humble point of view, the best in slot remains Terminal Velocity. Problem with this one, you're going to have to reformat. It comes with a default dash, which can help you in a certain circumstance, and I'll explain more on that later. Normally, that extra projectile flight speed means less leading your targets. This is a projectile-based attack. If you play with this one on a couple of projectile-based weapons, you will see you can play without it, so do bear that one in mind. Now we kind of almost ran over all of the stats. Again, you got decent fire rate, good magazine capacity, reload on 2.3 is a tad on the lengthy side. But if you're going to be using that 50% speed that the Nagantaka can offer you by getting a headshot kill, you're going to be all good. Riven Dispo 4 out of 5. Let's have a talk on this one. Now, not only brand new weapons in Warframe, including Prime variants, should have Riven Dispo of only 1 out of 5. That's what the developer said. Now, the Scourge Prime came out a while back, and it also picked up its Riven disposition from its normal counterpart, like Warframe used to be once upon a time. And I see that the Nagantaka did it again, Nagantaka Prime. So I'm wondering if it's an oversight or an actual intent on the part of the developer. I hope it's an intent simply because these are not super powerful weapons, so by all intents and purposes, give them the Riven disposition of their normal counterpart. Trigger semi-damage. Let's see the damage. You saw the damage earlier. Critical chance is good. Multiplier is good. Status chance is very good. As for the damage layout, it's almost perfect, and I'll tell you why. Slash is highest by a mile. What is that? 90% slash? Almost 90% slash? 80-something% slash? With a high status chance. That is beautiful. Also, the Nagantaka, guaranteed impact procs. Oh yeah, for once, impact actually helps us on the weapon. The accuracy, again, we don't really care about. The burst fire has a lot better fire rate, as you saw before, and quicker reload for some reason, 2 seconds instead of 2.3. Keep in mind that buff that we talked about earlier, and that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at a standard, ordinary, average, everyday build. Damage iteration, multi-shot with split chamber, critical chance, and critical damage through the use of critical delay and vital sense. Now, there's a chat to be had regarding critical chance on the Nagantaka. Should I go for the standard point strike or should I go for critical delay? Well, point strike, 62.5 crit, critical delay, 75% crit, but it lowers your fire rate to 1.5. Internal bleeding will be benefiting from this one greatly. You're going to be getting yourself double the chance, which is absolutely fantastic. But bear in mind, only for the semi-automatic fire, since the burst fire will have 7.13 even with critical delay on. Now that's one way you can benefit out of this one. There's another way. Let's say that you don't like critical delay and instead what you want to do is go for point strike, though honestly it's not really worth it. You can reduce the fire rate just a little bit through the use of the weapon XL slot using Vial Precision. You're not gonna use a max out one because you don't really need to. Why would you annihilate your fire rate, go to 0.7 when you can just simply use an unranked one and you go to 2.2. Boom, double the benefit from internal bleeding since the fire rate will be below 2.2. But again, only on the semi-automatic mode, not on the burst mode. Now, you can run the math if you really want to, but honestly, just simply go for more critical chance through the use of critical delay. You're not really gonna feel it all that much, and again, internal bleeding is superior to Hunter munitions in the case of the Nagantaka Prime because of the guaranteed impact procs. Now, of course, we also got the 260-60 mods, Malignant Force, and Rhyme Rounds. Rhyme Rounds farm from Spy missions, Malignant Force from Corrupted Vor in the Void, easy peasy. And for our option slot, it's a meme mod. Used to be a meme mod. Hammer Shot. Believe it or not, this one works so well for the weapon. You got critical damage. The weapon has 75% critical chance. Not bad, not bad. 6.4x multiplier through the use of Hammer Shot and Vital Sense. And you also got some nice status chance. Status chance helps us again with the procs. Take a look at the priority. Slash is first. Status is really good on this one. But if you don't have Hammer Shot, if you haven't got it just yet, but you really should, go for a little bit more multi-shot. Vigilante Armor with super cheap mod, super effective at what it does. I would recommend Hammer Shot. It's not that hard to come by. Now let's test out the weapon. I'm pointing out the fact that I'm not using corrosive projection or any other outside buffs that would skew the test results and make the weapon seem more powerful than it actually is. We're gonna be killing die enemies. We're gonna be spawning it. Wait, not level 12s. We're gonna spawn in not level 12s, level 120 Corrupted Heavy Goons, the ever so lovely benchmark. Now you will see what the Nagantaka Prime is capable of with an ordinary, average, everyday build. Believe it or not, it can 1 to 2 shot max. Those are 2 impact procs, 2 slash procs, 2 vitals out of a single shot. Oh, I didn't get lucky. Not a problem. Just put in 1 more shot into the target. Absolutely bloody annihilated. And I'm going shot by shot. I'm not in a hurry to kill these targets. I simply want to show you what the weapon can actually do. Now, this is how I play normal missions though. Absolutely wrecked. I like playing like this, especially if you manage to get a headshot kill and the reload speed is absolutely glorious. But just so you can see what the weapon can do, go shot by shot so you can see the procs. Dude, This is absolutely insane for a normal build. I don't got any galvanized anything, no riven whatsoever. I can still leverage that high riven dispo of 4 out of 5. This is the base build for your Nagantaka. This is your jumping off point. And as you saw there, it definitely shreds high level targets. Plenty of procs. So if you're cool with the usability of a projectile based attack, this is definitely the way to go. Now this concludes the more casual bit. Let's go to a Riven setup. Now let's assume you got Rivens, you got Galvanized mods, you got Prime mods. Oh no, Prime Bane of the... slap me silly and call me Willy. I hate these bloody things. Can you please do something about the usability, dear developer? Come on. Don't get me wrong, they had a whole lot of power on the right build, right setup, yada yada, etc. They're such a pain to actually use. And you know what? If you're not cool with Prime Bane of the Corrupted, just simply swap it out for a little bit of flat damage. Oh, by all intents and purposes, swap it out for flat damage if you're gonna be using it when it comes to normal level content. I'm talking about up until level 150. More front-loaded damage, as it's still the way to go when it comes to normal level content. I'm talking about up until level 150, since front-loaded damage will get you better clear time or better KPS, depending on how you wish to call it. But for super high level targets, you might as well go for a Bane mod if you had one, if you have the Prime, and if it's also maxed out. Galvanized Chamber instead of the normal one. Who saw that one coming? Yeah, I know. Now this Riven is a loaner from a friend, thank you so much. It's got cold damage and critical chance and minus damage to Grenier. Now granted, that minus damage to Grenier is not exactly perfect, but these guys are corrupted, so that negative is harmless in this specific scenario. Cold damage allows me to basically save a mod slot on the weapon. Critical chance is good, of course, yummy yummy. More flat damage since I don't really have Serration anymore. And Galvanized Aptitude, one more time, yes, it does work. In the case of the Nagantaka Prime. One more time, the Corrupted Heavy Goons, level 120. And then we're gonna go to Steel Path to see it in an actual mission. Again, I'm gonna go shot by shot action just so you can see what the weapon can do. That's without any galvanized buffs. Boom! Now galvanized buffs. How beautiful. How beautiful is that, my friends? Look. A single shot on the target. And of course, this is not how you play normally. You're just gonna be unloading. Oh god, 120,000. It's just dirty. It's just dirty like that. You gotta love this weapon, man. Look! What more do you want? There's not even a vital proc there. It was 42,000 on that guy. Not even a vital proc. Now I feel I'm doing this weapon a disservice for not using the secondary fire mode, but honestly I'm wasting ammo on these targets. You say, hey, pump up the level to 165. Yeah, because that's gonna make a difference. Not really. This is one hell of a weapon, man. One that I highly recommend. It's without a doubt the most powerful crossbow in Warframe. And you're gonna say, hey Laser, that doesn't say a lot. There's not a lot of crossbows. Shut up. That is definitely true. Now let's hop on over to Steel Path to see how this one performs in an actual mission. That was a fail, Snap. That's better.
Trust in your training.
Trust in your training, for your training will trust in you. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, we're in Steel Path, my friends, and this is Uko in the Void. We're gonna go for headshots on these targets as best we can. See if we can get the procs. That's a one shot. That's Corrupted Heavy Goon. We're gonna put 2 free oh, kaboom, baby. That's it. I mean, do I need to show you more than this? This is what it does, and these are the Corrupted, so of course that Riven's negative is not really gonna affect it, but I do believe this is a pretty good test, since the Corrupted have basically a little bit of everybody. Now you probably noticed I'm using the Panzervolpaphyla, and the Panzervolpaphyla will get me battle procs, and oh god, that is good. When you get yourself battle procs from the Panzervolpaphyla, of course you don't need to build it on your weapon anymore. For example, you can build Corrosive for the kicks, for the lols, for the trolls, or why the hell not? Just build it somehow. Honestly, I'm gushing a little bit over this weapon because it is powerful, it is strong, and I like bows. Now granted, crossbows are not bows. Yeah, you're a genius still, but it's kind of the same feeling, and I do love and recommend this outstanding weapon. Do you need to see more? Well, I do have one more thing which I want to show you in the simulacrum, but not before destroying one more Corrupted Heavy Goon. Warframe buffs time, and of course for that we're going to be using the ever so lovely, so adorable Lady Mirage Prime and her outstanding buffs. But first we need to fix the faction. Fix the fashion on the... That's such a beautiful weapon, honestly. I know this is subjective. How something looks is subjective. Yes, I am fully aware, but it's so pretty. I'm kind of gushing over it again, aren't I? Anyway, corrosive projection against heavily armored targets. Who saw that one coming? Yep, everybody. Yep, okay, sit down. Now, when it comes to the aura, please don't feel forced into this one. If your build requires something like loot detector, growing power, energy of the siphoning, whatever else, simply go for the aura of your choosing. In any case, Arcanes are a lot more impactful. Arcane Avenger R5, why the hell not? On damage, 21% chance for a massive 45% critical chance for 12 seconds. Bonus additive after, simply stacking on top of what you already have. Now you can go for more raw damage. For example, you can use Rage, Arcane Rage on this one, taking 180% damage to primary weapons for 24 seconds. Or you can use a little bit of fire rate with Arcane Acceleration. Honestly, I would go for Rage in this case. Or obviously your Warframe Arcane, your Energize, your whatever else the Warframe calls for. You don't really need the fire rate because the bolts, per bolt, they're so powerful. I don't really want to hit the walls with the bolts. I want to land them on the target, but go with more flat damage, because you know what? Flat damage. There you go. That's the argument. When it comes to the companion buffs, you have two options, as stated before. Panzer Volpofila for the Miami vital procs, in which case you can mod the weapon for another element or no element whatsoever and just wait on the Panzer to get you the vital procs. Or you can use a Sentinel. Any Sentinel will do, my friends, whatever you prefer. For example, Carrier Prime, if you're afraid of ammo issues, just make sure that on that little Sentinel's weapon you have all the Vigilante mods, offense supplies, fervor armaments for the 20% chance to enhance critical hits from primary weapons. You would say, hey, in this case is getting 20% extra crit. Yeah, but that's not how the mechanic works. It's not how it works. Just get it. Just get it. It's good. Trust me. It's good. Okay. Level 165 Corrupted Heavy Goons, because this is basically the highest I can spawn right now. Why wouldn't you let me despawn in the 1000 so people can see how it would do if you'd stay a really long time in, I don't know, Steel Path or something? Come on, come on. Are you afraid we're not gonna play Steel Path if you do that? Is that it? Is that it? Maybe it. Who knows? Anyway, what was I doing? Did I unpause the target? Yeah, unpause the target so they can hit me and I can get my glorious buffs. Activate Mirage's Empower ability from the helmet system and her free ability for an absolutely huge Eclipse buff. And one more time, the ever so lovely clones. Now, here's the thing. It was a one-shot before. What exactly do we expect now? You know? I mean, it didn't even get a chance to tick. This is silly. It's like shooting battle in a fish. Did I hit that guy? Is that, oh my god. It's like shooting battle in a fish. What? I mean, why even bother? Why do you guys just not die when I aim the weapon at you? Yeah, that one got like skewered and sent off into oblivion, which is why I like these projectile-based attacks, because like if you get a headshot kill, it can send the target flying off like that. Do I still need to make a case for this weapon? Is it the most endgame ultra best level cap weapon? Nah, you can get other weapons. Go Zar. Alright, go Zar, here. Look at the guys right now for the Zar. If power is all you're interested in, if having fun, if this is not fun for you, if you believe this is not something you're interested in, but honestly, it packs one hell of a punch, and I highly recommend this weapon. As of today, the Nagantaka Prime is the most powerful crossbow in the game, and a weapon that I highly recommend. As always, my name is Lazar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you got any sorts of feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. And if you love the content and you want to help me keep making it, support the content and all whatnot, link in the cards right now for our Patreon. Do consider it. But until next time, my friends, bye-bye.